Thrilled that you're ordering. A lot of you ordering our Marine Collagen Today special, the monthly special.
Sorry, I'm not wearing a tie. I only brought enough shirts and ties for the shows, so I'm doing very well, Andrew. I'm doing casual,
tanned and everything.
Oh no, I run mountain trails and I mountain bike in Colorado in the summer. That's my favorite thing to do. So we just left Colorado today. So I had a very healthy summer. I broke some records on my runs.
Did you really?
I did pretty well.
How about Lincoln? Did he break some records as well?
Lincoln is 11 years old and he still keeps up with me on everything I do. So he's amazing. He gets, I give him a scoop of marine collagen and a scoop of free-range collagen. It's a smaller scoop. We'll give him about 2.5 grams a day of marine collagen and free-range collagen. So it's an amazing thing for your pets as well. Collagen peptides are a critical component for them as well.
Well, something that's really important for all of us, of course, it's our vision, it's our eyesight. Whether age-related challenges, maybe we're on our phones, computers, laptops the whole time. Andrew, your product is a formula that has evolved over many, many decades.
I age myself when I say this, but I think our first eye product was about 36 or 37 years ago. It didn't contain lutein and zeaxanthin because they weren't available.
Right.
Yet I knew that lutein and zeaxanthin were critical components. If you'd see me speak about the eye product 20 plus years ago, I talked about eating green leafy vegetables, and I still emphasize that, whether it's spinach or kale. And of course, purple berries for the anthocyanins they contain. What we now have in this product, we provide levels of lutein and zeaxanthin you do not see in typical eye products, and they're also in their proper form. So you get the lutein and zeaxanthin 10 milligrams and 5 milligrams respectively, 10,000 micrograms, 5,000 micrograms, so an abundance of lutein and zeaxanthin in their proper form. So you have an opportunity to give your eyes the carotenoids that are necessary to protect your healthy vision and also to provide best vision right now. We used to always talk about long-term protection of the eye.
Yes.
But with lutein and zeaxanthin, we now know that these optical macular pigments are essential for the acuity of our vision, the sharpness of our vision, the focus of our vision, and our ability to accommodate changes in focal length, focal distance, and also to accommodate differences in brightness of light, to go from a dark room into a bright light outdoors or vice versa. We have to be able to accommodate, and lutein and zeaxanthin are a critical part of that accommodation system.
So if you're ordering in September, you're going to benefit from our monthly special pricing. Just to kind of take you on a guided tour, 30, 60, 180, or of course, biggest value at 360, as is always. Very affordable, a small investment in yourself. And again, in fact, all the sizes are on FlexPay as well, which is wonderful. How does this compare? Do we have a today's special coming up, Andrew?
Not again till the middle of 2020.
Okay, good to know.
So it's probably going to be somewhere around May of 2020. So a great time. This will be the best price until that Today Special in May of 2020. And again, one of the unfortunate things about Ultimate Eye, lutein and zeaxanthin are ingredients that cost thousands and thousands of dollars a kilogram. Meaning that 2.2 pounds of lutein and zeaxanthin, especially in terms of their active weight of zeaxanthin, I think zeaxanthin ends up being tens of thousands of dollars. Right. It's incredibly expensive, but you can't, they are not something that works on your eye like a medicine or a drug. Right. They are an essential part of how your eye works, how all our eyes work. Lutein and zeaxanthin, they're responsible for the very name of the macular region of our eye. It's called the macula lutea. It is called the macula lutea, which means yellow spot, because lutein and zeaxanthin make that yellow spot yellow. So you can't have healthy vision without adequate amounts of lutein and zeaxanthin in the diet. And the way most Americans eat, even myself included at times, we just don't get those carotenoids that we need.
It's something we can do to help supplement. And remember, when you're buying into anything that Andrew creates, there's a purity story here. Andrew, we're conscious about what we're putting in our bodies.
Well, we should be. I think oftentimes when we eat food, we aren't conscious. We become a bit unconscious. It would be great to be more conscious and to focus on foods that benefit things like our eyes. And again, omega-3s I talked about before, the highest concentration of DHA, that's what we focus on, is in the retina of the eye. And when you're talking about lutein and zeaxanthin, they are carotenoids necessary for our vision, and they're literally swimming in the DHA in the membranes of our eyes. So if you treasure your vision as I do, as we all should, then lutein and zeaxanthin should either be on the top of your list of ingredients to supplement, or it needs to be a critical part of your diet. Muriel and I just had a little egg white omelet at the hotel before I came over here. We had a side of sauteed spinach.
Nice.
Sauteed in olive oil. So again, that we recognize as much as we supplement intelligently, we also try to eat intelligently. And green leafy vegetables are the keys to giving your body the most important nutrients for your eyes, lutein and zeaxanthin.
If you have trouble falling asleep tonight, folks, if you've never seen Andrew's products before, I encourage you to read some of the reviews because they are mesmerizing and enlightening.
No, even I just look at the headline here. It says, what? Doctor was amazed. I've been using Ultimate Eye Support for many years and went to my eye doctor every 2 or 3 years for my checkup. And it was about the seventh year that the doctor told me that my eyesight kept getting better and better each time I saw him. I told him what I was taking as he was amazed at my progress. Thank you, Andrew, for all the work you have done and are still doing for better health in all of us. And lutein and zeaxanthin, for those of you following my products, you've enjoyed lutein and zeaxanthin for almost 20 years, long before any other eye products even contemplated them. I think you started seeing lutein about 10 years ago, zeaxanthin, not even in all products, but about 5 years ago. So we really have stayed on top of the science and delivered a product unlike any other.
Well, as we kind of wrap things up, I don't want Andrew to go, but they're saying he